Hi students, here I am in my car and I just remembered that I needed to make a very short video on this very important subject that's come up quite a lot with students. If your phone gets stolen, which is happening in increasingly amount, which is really sad, to hear on such a huge level, particularly in the last year to 2 years, your phone gets lost, right? And you need to get that same phone number back. That's really important, because that is one of the biggest areas where most jobs have been lost with students, because you've put this number out there and guess what, we can't get hold of you. We've also had the same experience when we've had jobs and we bring students. We used to bring students in or phone them up, can you come to this interview? Their phone was number changed, and it is absolutely tragic. Okay, so I want to say this with all the best to you, that if your phone gets stolen or lost, your phone, you must never use anybody else's phone for the coursework or for applying for jobs. You must never do that, right? It's just it's a tragedy. It just doesn't go well. It doesn't go well at all. It doesn't work out. Using a friend's phone or somebody else's phone number doesn't go well, because at some point you could fall out with them, or you could get divorced, or you're not with that boyfriend anymore, or this friend has fallen out. For all these reasons, please, and absolutely not employers, okay? You do this as an autonomous person, a person, meaning as an independent adult, right? You use your own phone number. So say if, coming back to now, say if your phone gets stolen or your phone gets lost, get the same phone number back. This is really important. It's so important. That's number one. You need 5 names and numbers of people that you have phoned previously from that number. The second thing is, your phone number has got nothing to do with your email address, as whatever. It's got nothing to do with that. So you need to save your email address and save your password, not just on your phone. You need to write it down. If you're in the 101 stage of getting used to doing all this kind of stuff with email and stuff, right? You need to do what I did, okay? Because I was like, I knew nothing about computers. I was terrified. I find learning new things really difficult, okay? So you're speaking to a friend here that's got very similar, that suffers from very similar issues to you. And what I used to do was write down my email address and password, and I would put it in 5 different places. Put it in your sock drawer, your private drawer, there, another one there, and have these places where your email address and your password, your all-important password, is. So even if your phone gets stolen, you can still access your email address. And with Gmail, of course, they stay there forever. Okay, they don't disappear from your email address. So again, don't use somebody else's email address. Use your own, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future with that person, okay? You might fall out, might get divorced, you might, whatever, something tragic might happen to them. And certainly don't put your life in other people's hands. Even if it's an employer, with all the greatest respect to employers, not all employers have your best interests at heart. It's rather better to save up and do our course yourself. Be in charge. Become in charge of your own life. So that is I thought someone was going to bump into me. That is the issue of your all-important phone number has got nothing to do with your email address, but how to get back your original phone number, all right, number one, and how to not lose your email address with your password. All right. And do it in whatever way makes sense to you. As kooky as that looks, don't worry about anybody else, okay? Just do what works for you and make sure that you get back that phone number, right? At all costs. Because more jobs have been lost on that, on students changing their phone numbers. And here we are with your CV. We've got your CV from whatever, a year or two ago, and we're trying to contact you. We remember you as a great student, and we can't get hold of you. There's absolutely no way we can get hold of you whatsoever. Okay, and that can happen with employers as well. You put out a phone number, then tomorrow, God help us, but your phone gets stolen. Okay, or you were going to marry that guy, and guess what? You're not going to marry that guy now, right? Okay, or you could have a fight and he withholds. A person can withhold your information from you, you know, if you have a falling out or something dreadful happens. So please, 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 this is a very important point, and please take this advice very seriously, because we have your best interests at heart beyond the training process. You know, this is like what we call the aftercare of the training process, and this is where most of the wheels falls off. So therefore, this is why I'm making all these videos, because we're so passionate about it. We love you, and we want the best for you after the training. Not only during the training, getting what you need, but after the training, into the future, and how to protect yourself, and how to go forward without making these two particular terrible mistakes. All right, thank you, students.